keep my hands to myself. No matter how hard I'm trying to, I want you all to myself.
Hey guys, back again. This time I'm filming a tutorial on my gorgeous client and friend Ainsley. Here I'm just applying the Embryolisse Lait Cream Concentrate as a primer. Because Ainsley has such incredible skin, smooth, not dry, we don't need to use any specific primers on her skin, so this is just a nice moisturizing one, keeping the skin soft and dewy. Then taking some sticky tape and applying this under the eyes to give that nice sharp line, and taking my MAC paint pot in soft ochre just to prime the eyes. I do this with a stiff brush, apply it all over the lid, and then I soften it off with my fingertips. Then grabbing my Sigma E25 blending brush and the colour Creme Brule by Geek Cosmetics, I applied this on the lid and blended it gently just above the crease. Grabbing the colour Frappe by Geek as well, using that same blending brush, I applied this on the lid and gently blended it up, just making sure you do not blend above the crease. Then grabbing a stiff pencil brush and the colour Bitten, I dabbed this gently into the lash line to coat all the way down to the roots, and then blended that up with the same Sigma E25 blending brush. Then just grabbing any flat brush that you know will apply a lot of product, I grabbed the same colour Bitten and applied that just onto the lid, making sure not to blend it up too far above the crease with that same blending brush. Now liner, going in with my absolute favourite, the Maybeline Blackest Black Gel Liner, and any angled brush. I applied this straight onto the lash line, making sure you get it all the way to the roots as to leave no gaps. Now it's okay if you have to go over it multiple times, just making sure that you're doing it very steadily. It always helps me if I take a breath in, and as I apply the liner, I breathe out. It just keeps my hands pretty steady and allows me to apply a nice straight line. When you're done with the liner, you can now remove the sticky tape and grab a nice baby wipe or cotton pad, anything, and just remove the excess fallout. Now grabbing my Sigma Kabuki F80 brush and Makeup Forever HD foundation, the original one, I applied this straight to the brush and then straight onto Ainsley's face, making sure to blend it completely down the neck and all over the face. Ainsley does have incredible skin, and this is the only time that I probably would use this foundation, as I find it does grip to dry patches or any problem areas on any other skin other than immaculate. Then going in with my MAC Prolongwear Concealer and applying that just under the eyes, down the bridge of the nose, the forehead and the chin. I then blended that out with a damp beauty blender and went over it with the same foundation brush we used, just to make sure all the edges were flawlessly blended. Then to contour, I used my RCMA cream foundation and applied this above the forehead, just under the cheekbones and down the bridge of the nose, blending that out with a damp beauty blender. I do like this, just a cream contour, not so much as a foundation unless you do have incredible skin, but as a contour and highlight product, it is quite nice. Then using a big fluffy brush and the Nye Translucent Setting Powder, I apply this over her whole face as she tends to get a bit shiny and oily. Then to set the under eye area and where we have used a lighter colour to highlight, I grabbed the banana colour from the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour powders and applied this just with a nice fluffy brush. I really like this product as it doesn't grip to any skin and it doesn't cake up. It just sits there quite nicely and makes everything look quite flawless. Then grabbing the colour Havana from that same contour kit and another fluffy brush, I just applied this on the cheekbones and the forehead just to warm up the face and give it a bit more of a three-dimensional look. Then grabbing my NARS ITA or ETA brush, however you like to say it, and the colour Fawn from that same Anastasia powder palette. I use this to contour further, as when creating a contour you want to use more of a cooler toned powder, one with more grey kind of tones, as this will create the depth without making it look too muddy. Then grabbing that banana powder again, I applied this just above and below the contour just to make it stick out a little bit further. Now MAC blush, my absolute favourite, I use it on every client, the Sunbasque MAC blush. It is incredible and it just warms up the face while keeping it kind of bronzy with a little bit of shimmer. Then taking my Becca Cosmetics and my Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop Highlighter, I grabbed a tapered brush and applied this to the highs of the cheekbones, a little bit to the forehead and down the bridge of the nose. This just gives it more of that three-dimensional look when your face hits the sun, makes it gleam and looks incredible. Now taking a smaller brush and the same colour Fawn, I then applied this directly to the outer bridge of the nose, creating more of a contour. Now onto brows, making sure you have a brow brush or a spoolie, whatever you like to call it, and make sure I brush all the hairs into place before I apply the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Pomade in soft brown using my Zoeva angled brush. Now I like to use an angle brush just because it gives more control when applying this pomade to the brows. It is a bit of a tricky thing to work with. Making sure when you're coming down the tail of the brow, you only do long strokes and try and do as little as possible, as it's easier to screw up using this product. While applying this product, just use your spoolie and brush up the hairs just to make sure that the brow is all evenly coated and you don't have any gaps in the eyebrow, as this will be seen quite easily and can ruin any look. Now taking a small flat brush and the colour Shimma Shimma by Makeup Geek Cosmetics, I just apply this under the brow bow and above, as well as the cupid's bow, just to give it a little bit more depth. A disposable mascara one in my favourite Maybeline Blackest Black Mascara, coat the lashes, making sure you reach all the way down to the lash line to leave no gaps. I then went in with my Modelrock Extreme Triple Wispies and Duo Lash Glue and applied these from the out in, working from each eye, making sure that you get it looking even. To get this looking great, make sure your model is looking down as you apply them, just so that the lashes sit nice and evenly onto the lash line. Then taking my Socialized lash applicator, I clamp the natural lashes and the false lashes together just to give more of a flawless finish. Now using a stiff pencil brush, we're wanting to bring all of the colours that we used on top of the eye onto the bottom just to give it a more flawless finish. So taking that first colour, Creme Brule, and applying this all the way underneath the eye, we then want to grab the second colour, Frappe. We're doing this in a layering motion just to give it more of that depth. Then again grabbing that Bitten and blending it out gently underneath the eye. I also grabbed a black just to give the lash line a little bit more depth. And just applying mascara onto the bottom lashes, just so it gives more of a finished look. Now for lips, I took a lip brush and the colour Whirl by MAC Cosmetics, and I applied this from the inner cupid's bow out, just starting with the top lip first as it is a lot easier, and then going down onto the bottom lip. Now don't worry if this takes a little bit longer, lips are really important and you want to make sure you get a nice crisp line. Now spraying with Max Fix Plus and Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray just to set the foundation. I reapply a touch of highlight and you're all good to go. I really hope you enjoyed this look.
Can't keep my hands to myself, no matter how hard I'm trying to. I want you all to myself, your metaphorical gin and juice. So come on, give me a taste of what it's like to be next to you.